This evening, first up, a wanted hit-and-run driver is finally in custody. Nearly 1 month after a deadly crash at Enmore claimed the life of 43-year-old Charran Suresh, police have arrested the minibus driver accused of fleeing the scene, what investigators uncovered today. Plus, a late-night drug bust on the Mahaicony Public Road. Police seized more than 65 pounds of cannabis and arrested 2 people, including a nursing assistant. We'll tell you what officers found inside their vehicle. Also, allegations of unsafe working conditions at a major gold mine. Viral videos trigger a full-scale labor ministry investigation, but the company denies everything. We have both sides of the story as inspectors move in. Meanwhile, let's stop violence. Female ministers lead a united nationwide push against domestic and gender-based violence as the 16 Days of Activism campaign begins. What's planned and the message to perpetrators. And overseas, America braces for Thanksgiving chaos. Millions hit the roads and skies as the U.S. recovers from historic airport disruptions following the longest government shutdown ever. These stories and more coming up on Headline News Update. Stay with us. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for November 26, 2025. I'm Bibi Backus. Thank you for joining us. First up, a 55-year-old minibus driver was arrested on Monday, nearly a month after he allegedly struck and killed a pedestrian in a hit-and-run accident at Enmore, East Coast Demerara. The suspect, Ganesh Raktu of Enmore, had been wanted for causing death by dangerous driving in the October 25th incident that claimed the life of 43-year-old Charran Suresh of Newtown, Enmore. Police said Suresh was standing on the eastern side of the Enmore access road around 5:50 p.m. when a northbound minibus hit him. Raktu reportedly failed to stop and fled the scene. Suresh was found unconscious and taken to the Enmore Regional Hospital, then transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he later died from his injuries. A wanted bulletin was issued following the accident, and Raktu was taken into custody last week. Police said the investigation remains active, and Raktu is expected to be formally charged as the case moves forward. Authorities are urging drivers to exercise caution on the roads and remind the public that fleeing the scene of an accident is not only a serious offense that carries severe penalties, but dramatically reduces an injured person's chance of receiving timely, life-saving help. Police in Regional Division No. 5 made a major drug seizure on Tuesday night in Mahaicony, East Coast Demerara, arresting 2 individuals in connection with over 65 pounds of cannabis. The police have launched an investigation after the significant quantity of suspected cannabis was discovered on Tuesday evening at Harmony Hall Public Road, Mahaicony, East Coast Demerara. According to the police report, during a patrol around 9:18 p.m., officers spotted a parked vehicle on the northern side of the road. Upon approaching, they made contact with 2 occupants, a 26-year-old male gold miner from Angola Avenue, New Amsterdam, and a 30-year-old female nursing assistant from Rossignol, West Bank, Berbice. A search of the vehicle's trunk uncovered 3 black garbage bags containing 7 transparent compressed parcels of leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis. The total weight of the seized substance was 30.6 kilograms, confirmed in the presence of the suspects. Both individuals were arrested and taken to the Mahaicony police station, where the suspected narcotics were lodged. They remain in custody as investigations continue. On a different note, the Ministry of Labor and Manpower Planning has launched a full investigation into viral social media videos accusing Gold Mountain Yame Construction Incorporated of unsafe working conditions, unfair wages, and the denial of salary increases at the Aurora gold mine. The company has strongly denied the claims, maintaining that its operations comply with national standards. Speaking to the media earlier today, Minister of Labor Kium Griffith urged workers across Guyana to report any workplace concerns, emphasizing that the safety and dignity of every worker are the government's top priorities.
So I continue to encourage persons who may be aggrieved by their working concerns, working situations, to contact the relevant authority, which is the Ministry of Labor, because we don't always know. Persons assume that these matters come to our attention all the time, But I give you my word that an investigation is currently underway, and as soon as developments have been presented to me, a full review will be given.
The minister confirmed that the Occupational Safety and Health Department has begun a thorough review, including inspections of conditions, meeting with employees, and assessments of compliance with the Labor Act and Occupational Safety and Health Act. Gold Mountain Yimi Construction Incorporated described allegations as inaccurate and misleading and highlighted recent inspections by the Ghana Geology and Mines Commission and Environmental Protection Agency, which reportedly found no concerns. The company said it follows strict safety protocols, maintains certified machinery, and provides globally recognized personal protective equipment. Both the ministry and the company promised ongoing updates as investigations and internal reviews progress, reaffirming their commitment to worker safety, welfare, and rights. Stick around when we return. Female ministers lead national charge to confront domestic and gender-based violence, and minors put on notice as government and GGMC targets illegal operations nationwide.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we're celebrating with big savings on smartphones, starting as low as $16,500 for the Samsung A06 and $26,500 for the Samsung A16 and $40,500 for the A26. But wait, there's more. Get 1 month free data with your new phone to keep you close to loved ones near and far. Offer available while stocks last. Visit a Digicel store today and unwrap the gift of real connections. Digicel.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Check us out at Decor and Gift Gallery this Christmas holiday for all your shopping needs. We are located at 47 Craig and Sheriff Street, Campbellville, Georgetown.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop. Ping pong,
from Charles chocolates,
bounce into flavor.
Ping pong, everybody wants some. Roasted peanuts is the true number one. Ping pong, you better get a handful. This chocolate is so incredible. What's the snack everybody craves for? Ping pong, bounce into flavor. Chocolate coated peanuts, delicious top class A plus. Ping pong, from Charles chocolates, bounce into flavor.
Female ministers unite to lead national push against domestic and gender-based violence. The Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development has joined forces with the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security for this year's 16 Days of Activism against gender-based violence, launched on Monday under the theme, Let's Stop Violence. These 16 Days of Activism bring awareness to violence and the reality that it can occur in any environment and to anyone. Minister of Human Services and Social Security Dr. Vinay Prasad, in her address for the 16 Days of Activism against gender-based violence, says it is about destigmatizing experiences of abuse and fostering a collective ecosystem of support wherever people are.
We have violence happening in our country. Violence has been something that has been embedded in the culture, if I use it that way, in our country, because violence against women and girls in particular, and also boys and men, these are not new occurrences. They've been occurring for years, centuries, and in us making sure that we participate, it's bringing this on the front burner, not for government only, but for everyone, because people need to take responsibility for what is happening.
The campaign also sends a clear message to perpetrators. As awareness grows, so too will the reporting of violence and abuse. Minister Prasad said everyone needs to play their part to combat this issue.
This battle and this fight against violence cannot be a solitary one, nor can we work in silos, where it is only the purview of the Ministry of Human Services or Home Affairs or any of the other agencies. This is something that all people across the country need to be aware of, look for the red flags, know when it happens, what you can do, what support and services are available, how you can contribute towards making your environment, community, homes, and other spaces safer, how even if you are experiencing violence, you know that you're not walking this alone, that the entire country has an involvement, yes, but that there are services available to support you.
Minister of Local Government Priya Manikchand said the campaign sends a clear message that gender inequality and the violence it fuels remains a serious issue in Guyana. She committed to sharing daily information throughout the 16-day observance, including advice, national actions taken, and support available for victims, families, and communities. The minister urged citizens to pay attention to awareness efforts from the government agencies, NGOs, and the judiciary, noting that while progress has been made, sustained action is still needed.
Domestic violence can come in physical forms, kicks, cuffs, slaps. It can come in verbal forms, where you're told the most horrible things about your body, about your parts, about your being. It can come in financial forms, it can come in sexual forms, it can come in stalking, it can come in isolation. So it has many different ways that it can come. Be aware. Anything that makes you feel lower than yourself, anything that makes you feel worse than you are, anything that lowers your self-esteem is probably something meant to do that, and it is most likely abusive. So pay attention for those signs.
The campaign, led by the Human Services Ministry and supported by partner organizations, will feature nationwide advocacy, education, and community outreach aimed at encouraging all Guyanese to stand against gender-based violence. In other news, the Ghana Geology and Mines Commission is urging all miners to comply with mining regulations or face strict enforcement following a directive from President Dr. Mohamed Irfanali to clamp down on illegal and non-compliant operations. In a statement on Tuesday, GGMC Commissioner Newell Dennis said the mining laws apply to every operator nationwide, including those working within Amerindian titled lands. He stressed that the Commission is ready to guide any community or miner through the process of obtaining the proper permits, registering equipment, and documenting gold production. GGMC also reminded miners that all recovered gold must be sold only to authorized buyers, such as the Ghana Gold Board, licensed dealers, or licensed traders. Selling gold elsewhere is illegal and can result in seizure, charges, and other penalties. The agency noted ongoing concerns about low gold declarations despite high global prices and increased mining activities. Dennison said this shortfall, coupled with poor environmental practices and employment of undocumented workers, remain unacceptable. To address these issues, GGMC will intensify coordination with other state agencies to curb lawlessness and ensure that Ghana receives the revenue and environmental protection it is owed. The Commission is calling on all miners to operate responsibly or face the full force of the law. Don't go away after the break. Ex-Brazilian President Bolsonaro starts serving his 27 years prison term for coup plot, and African Union-European Union Summit, 7th Economic Conference held in Angola.
This Christmas runs on real connections with Digicel. The calls, the laughter, the joy, and the chance to pick and win big. We're giving away $12 million. Yes, every week, one lucky Digicel customer gets a chance to win up to $2 million. 6 lucky winners in total. Here's how you get in. Top up with $1,000 or more, or pay your fiber or postpaid bill in full. The more you top up, the more chances you get. Stay connected this Christmas for your chance to win big. Digicel.
Ping pong from Charran chocolates. Ping pong, everybody want some. Roasted peanuts is the true number one. Ping pong, you better get a handful. This chocolate is so incredible. What's the snack everybody craves for? Ping pong bongs into flavor. Chocolate coated peanuts. Delicious top class A plus. Ping pong from Charran chocolates. Bongs into flavor.
Check us out at Decor and Gift Gallery this Christmas holiday for all your shopping needs. We are located at 47 Craig Sheriff Street, Campbellville, Georgetown.
Good girl forget things. What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip. If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Good evening. Tonight, Jamaica faces a sharp economic contraction after Hurricane Melissa. Brazil's former President Jair Bolsonaro begins his 27-year sentence. Millions in the US prepare for Thanksgiving travel, and the African Union and European Union leaders meet on trade and migration. We begin in Jamaica. Jamaica is set for an 11 to 13% economic contraction for October to December 2025, with a full-year decline of up to 6%, the Planning Institute of Jamaica reported on Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa severely damaged agriculture, tourism, and infrastructure. Despite the downturn, officials expect the economy to return to growth by late 2026. Brazil's former president Jair Bolsonaro has begun serving his 27-year sentence for plotting a failed coup. Al Jazeera Lucia Newman reports.
Brazil's controversial former president has started his equally controversial 27-year prison sentence. A small group of supporters held a vigil outside of Brasília's federal police headquarters, where he will be held. Bolsonaro's sons denounced the sentence as a miscarriage of justice.
This is cruelty, and it's a very great risk to his health, to his life.
He's psychologically devastated. Our job is to go in there and give him strength.
Bolsonaro was found guilty of attempting a coup d'etat against his successor a week after President Lula da Silva was sworn in January 2023. The former president, a far-right-wing politician who has often borrowed from U.S. President Donald Trump's playbook, claimed fraud after losing his re-election bid. The trial has been divisive, with many accusing the lead judge, Alexandre de Moraes, of waging a witch hunt. Among them, Bolsonaro's ally Donald Trump, who in retaliation slapped 50% tariffs on Brazil and harsh sanctions against the judges who sentenced him. Brazil's president has stood firm, and in recent months, Lula and Trump have made overtures to each other in an attempt to repair the damaged bilateral relationship.
The court has decided. It's settled. He will serve the sentence that the court has determined, and everyone knows what he did, so I have no further comment.
But while Judge de Moraes has not denied or confirmed it, it is widely expected that Bolsonaro will not spend much time behind bars. By all accounts, the 70-year-old politician's health is frail, and it's very likely that sooner rather than later he will be sent home to serve out his sentence. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera.
Millions of Americans are prepared for one of the busiest travel days of the year, Thanksgiving. It comes as the country's transport network is getting back up to speed following airport chaos caused by the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. Al Jazeera's Phil Lavelle reports.
This is the one thing no American is giving thanks for this year. Thanksgiving week is always the busiest for travel. Tuesday and Wednesday are the peak. 82 million people expected to take planes, trains and automobiles to go see friends and family. That is almost a quarter of the US. And it's a record, around 1.5 million more than last year. Many passing through airports like this to catch domestic flights after a very turbulent few weeks for air travel. Airlines were forced to cancel thousands of flights because of the government shutdown. It lasted 43 days, meaning federal workers like TSA agents and air traffic controllers did not get paid. Some called in sick. Now that it's over, question is, are we getting anywhere near back to normal?
I think it's going to be a little bit of a catch-up. People expect it to be a little rough, and it will be a little rough.
Air traffic controllers, the people who work in those towers, were already under pressure. There is a national shortage, but aside from them, there are a lot of moving parts in the travel process to get people moving from place to place. Ground crew, baggage handlers, check-in staff, gate agents, to name a few. How do airports run smoothly when there's so much stress and there's so much frustration from passengers?
It's a big team effort. It's all about coordination. It's about thinking about the experience from the passenger's perspective and making sure that we do everything that we can to make sure that their journey is as stress-free as possible.
Another issue, flight connections. A lot of these journeys are not A to B, they are A to B, then C. Tight turnarounds, huge airports, just adding to the stress. So what helps? How about a little comedy? Tampa Airport's social media has a big following because of its jokes and humour, and they're already getting the stress-busting posts ready. One thing that is not an issue this year, for once at least not yet, the weather, with pretty reasonable flying conditions for much of the country. No major storms forecast that could disrupt large parts of the transport network, which is probably something to be thankful for, considering that's what this holiday's about. And if the weather does change...
The American consumer with airline travel has been doing it for a long time, and they're pretty tough birds these days. They can go and survive the worst.
Ultimately, 90% of Thanksgiving travellers won't even set foot in an airport this year. More than 1 million extra are expected to hit the roads compared to 12 months ago. If it's not delays up there, expect them down there instead. Phil Lavelle, Al Jazeera, Tampa, Florida.
African Union and EU leaders have wrapped up a 2-day summit with migration and trade high on the agenda. Al Jazeera Haru Mutasser reports.
In Africa, drumming and dancing is one way guests are honored and shown respect. And that's how European Union leaders were welcomed at the African Union-European Union Summit in Angola's capital, Luanda. Speaking at the summit, European leaders called for inclusivity and multilateralism.
When we allow a state, not matter what state, to disrespect sovereignty, territorial integrity, the international recognized borders of other countries, we are allowing all the other countries to do the same. And that's the reason, because there are no alternative for the multilateral and the international rules-based order, because the alternative is simply the chaos. And we need to avoid the chaos. We need to uphold for the international order in Ukraine, in RDC, in Gaza, in Sudan, elsewhere.
On trade, Europe wants to counter China and Russia's growing influence in Africa, investing in rail infrastructure to transport Africa's minerals overseas faster. African leaders want those trade deals to be mutually beneficial.
As we depart Rwanda, let ambition replace hesitation and let optimism shape our pathway forward, so that the spirit of solidarity and partnership witnessed here continues to grow, leading Africa and Europe together towards a future of shared prosperity, security, and dignity.
African countries have mineral resources the world needs and wants. But strengthening ties between Africa and Europe won't be easy. There is still the legacy of colonization. African leaders also want a reform of the global financial system. European leaders know they are competing with the Middle East, the United States, China, and the rest of Asia for Africa's attention. Harumutasa, Al Jazeera, Luanda.
Thanks, Dominique. This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3 Debate Forecast. And that's it, TV2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other.